What's going on YouTube? Back at it like crack at it. It's your boy Reese, aka Conundrum TV, man. We back at it with another starting five video. As you see by the title, it's an East and West Power Rankings post-trade deadline video. But we not gonna waste y'all time. We're gonna get right into it, man. And we got the same starting five, same label, everybody, man. You know, we got BP up there, we got Mike, yes, sir. We got Dezo in the building, we got Vano, and we got Jay. Like I said, we ain't gonna waste our time. We're gonna hop right straight into it. I'm gonna join in on the stream, Jay. We on your screen, man. Starting off with the Eastern Conference, bro. We got at 15. Who everybody got? Bow. As you see right here, we got everybody listed. We got, everybody here. We all got the
We got
Pacers.
Pacers.
The
Yeah, it's
Pacers.
pretty self-explanatory. We all
Yeah.
know they're
Tank
gonna be
off.
the worst team in the league. Yeah, I'm bro,
Yeah.
tank off.
They've been tanking since the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? So it's not really much else to say. They did do a good job at getting rid of Benedict Mathurin and getting Zubac, but they trying to lose on purpose right now. It's Operation Get AJ. So who we got at 14? Who y'all got at 14, fellas? Ooh, everybody got the Nets. Everybody got the Nets. You know, I mean, the Nets have been trying to tank. I remember seeing some of the Nets fans getting mad at MPJ because he was hooping too good. Like they was like, bro, you not helping us tank. We need to trade you. You are giving niggas 30. You know what I mean? But yeah, I put the Wizards.
Reese, what made you? Yeah, go ahead.
I
I
was
was just
say,
gonna say, what made you put the Wizards?
yeah, I went into that soliloquy just because to say I put the Wizards here just specifically off the fact that they literally have been trash no matter what. No matter what improvements they made, they've been trash this whole time. They got the worst record in the league pretty much. So, and also they purposely are sitting their stars that they just traded. Like they traded away a couple assets that could have snuck you wins here and there. Like we seen CJ McCollum have a 40+ point game this season in a Wizards jersey. They not getting that on a normal basis no more because they traded those assets, those older assets, for other assets that's not playing for the rest of the season. So they season basically just got chalked all together already. Like that's my reason at least. So
I'm mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
I just see it as like if you take the Nets young talent versus the Wizards young talent, I ain't gonna lie. If they play a serious game, give me the Wizards, bro.
Nah, I feel
That's
you.
what
I feel you.
I thought that 2 days. I'm just like, eventually MPJ gonna start to get set automatically too. Like once the end of that season come around and they realize they close to the third, fourth best odds, we gonna start to see MPJ hit that bench too. So I just trust the Wizards young core over the Nets.
Yeah,
I feel y'all. I can see that. Either way, but all these teams toilet bowl. So I'm gonna go
It don't matter.
Who 13. Like that. Okay, everybody had the Wizards, I had the Nets,
self-explanatory.
vice
Yeah,
versa. We ain't even got to talk about it. Same difference. You know what I'm saying? Who number 12? The Bulls. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Bulls, for me, they right here just because they made all of them trades to kind of dump the roster off. It's a late trade. It's a late dump of the roster, but yeah, they not winning no games with Rob Dillingham being your leading scorer off the bench with and Colin Sexton as your two guard and all like Jay
We on
Ivey and all.
Operation Get DP now, man. That's what we done moved on to. So
Yeah.
yeah.
You know
I
what?
like that we all in agreement on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next one since we in agreement, man. We got the Bucks. This a tank off. We know all of these teams just bad. It
Nah,
ain't too much
facts.
improvements. Shout out Cam Thomas though. I know we touched on that on the podcast, but you know that boy, he's a bucket, so he's gonna get them some wins, regardless if they're trying to lose or not.
Yeah.
And that was what I was gonna say. My only thing about them is I don't think they trying to tank. I don't think that's their goal. So
yeah,
I got them right
Giannis is
here.
coming back.
Yeah, well, yeah, Giannis is coming back, and I got them right here just because they garbage, not because I think they tanking. I'm gonna be honest. I just think this team is just garbage. They just not gonna win. Like no matter how hard they try, they just not gonna get wins. It's not gonna equal wins for me. So
Yeah. Number 10. Number
Reese?
10. I mean,
I got
Reese.
you feel
Reese?
me? I got the Heat right here because I ain't gonna lie, watching them, they just made me mad watching them, bro. It's the same team for the last like 5-6 years. They didn't have the same platform, I guess, like recipe, I should say, not platform. They got the same recipe, and it's not really wowing me enough to put them above the Hawks, who I guess the Hawks aren't trying to tank, but I trust Jalen Johnson to have better performances in the second half than I do with Bam Adebayo and Co. They ahead of them in the standings right now, but I don't know. I just like the way the Hawks filled out their roster with CJ McCollum now, and they got Corey Kispert. They also, just been playing better overall with Jalen Johnson running the floor instead of leaning on their guard. So I just think the Hawks have a better, well-rounded roster than the Heat do. The Heat just been surviving off just praying that MP show up and go crazy or Bam have a defensive crazy night. So that's
Yeah, the
just
Heat
my
haven't really they haven't really done anything for real over the last couple of years. They just kind of stay put. They're kind of like the Lakers of the West. Outside of the Luka trade, it's just like you just waiting for the next offseason. Then the offseason come around, you're waiting for the trade deadline, and then trade deadline come around, and it's offseason again. So the Heat, I ain't mad at you for thinking the Hawks would be
Yeah.
better. The Heat they didn't really make any improvements. So
yeah. Then
Yeah,
you
I got
gotta
some words for Pat Riley, but
I'll-
I'm gonna say that for another date. You feel me?
yeah,
you gotta also think though, they also just got Jonathan Kuminga. I know a lot of y'all in here aren't high on Jonathan Kuminga, but I'm pretty much more higher on him than what I would say the average fan is. I feel like he gonna hoop. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like he gonna hoop. They might mess around and make the 8th seed and play the Pistons first round. So we'll see what
right.
that goes. Who y'all got next?
Moving on. 10, number 9, we got as
Pretty
expected.
interchangeable. Yeah, I'm about to say as expected. Just like that Wizards Nets kind of debate. It's like it's pretty interchangeable. These teams both gonna be in the same realm in terms of records, and it might be a 1-2 game difference that had them in at that 9-10. So
Yeah.
Who
Moving
at 8?
on out of the play-in, we now into the playoffs at number 8. Y'all got the Hornets.
Hornets, yes sir. They been hooping. They been
Love them
hooping.
YEs, man. I like to see them guys play, man. They be shout out them. Shout out LaMelo, shout out Khan. Of course, we just had the brawl the other day, so they showing what they really on out here, man. It's good to see.
You know,
yeah,
BP.
and the Hornets also just went on a 9-game win streak. I think they really
Yeah.
cementing themselves as a team on the up and coming, I should say. You feel me? Like they not gonna make too much noise this year, but like you said, we saw the brawl. If they can pull off this AC like we all predicting they will, that brawl gonna come back into light when they play that Pistons first round. You feel me?
Yeah. I was supposed to just say BPX Reese ENT link up. You know what I mean? LaMelo and Khan.
Shout out Khan, man. I got him winning the 3-point competition too, man.
And is he winning Rookie of the Year?
I thought that's what he was finna say.
Nah, we're gonna leave that to Cooper. Y'all see what's going on.
I like the honesty, Mike. I like the honesty.
Coop got that, bro. For sure.
Yeah. Like I said
Can
though,
move on to
man.
that.
LaMelo and Khan, man. BP X Reese ENT, man. We out there going crazy. 9-1 last 10. Who at number 7 though? Who y'all got?
At number 7, we swept the board again, the same Magic.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and this a disappointment for me. I don't know how y'all feel, but this a disappointment for me.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't even like. Did they even make any? They didn't make no major moves in this trade deadline. They just sticking with what they, what they accomplished in the offseason. So it's like,
Yeah, I didn't think they needed any moves, but they need to figure out something, man,
know.
because I feel like their team is pretty well rounded overall. I mean, they don't have like only thing I think they really like is like knockdown shooters. But as far as that, like I think they have a pretty well rounded team. They just haven't played a lot with each other. So like a lot of guys, they don't know their role coming in every night. So I think that's pretty hard. But France is back, but then they got him coming off the bench, so it's gonna be some time for that to kind of work his way out. But overall, I think they have a good team, man. They just trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully they do. We always see
Yeah.
Paolo hoop in the playoffs as well. So
Yeah, I'm confused on why he can't do it in the regular season, Von. I think that'd be their issue and why they down on 7th or 8th seed and they're playing.
Yeah.
Jimmy
Because he just-
2.0.
Say that again, Des?
no,
I said Jimmy 2.0. He don't care about the regular season. What?
That's what it seemed like.
no, he just having a stinker.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
yeah, he's
But
struggling.
I ain't gonna lie, he's not having a crazy. He having a stinker based on his like what we thought he was gonna be trajectory rise. But if you look at his numbers just along his career, he's basically the same player, he's not developing more, if that makes sense. He's just being the same player for the last 3 years. He hasn't really gotten any better or any worse per se. He's just like we expect him to turn that corner and be that player because we was comparing him to players like Bron and Melo and shit like that. So by the time year 4, when Bron and Melo hit year 4, they might be the upper echelon of the league. So we can go ahead and move on though to number 6 if y'all ain't got nothing else to say about Magic.
Nothing to say. Number 6. 76 again, Raptors filling up the board.
Yee-wee. And you know what? I'm gonna let you and Jay go ahead and describe like why do y'all have the Raptors below the 76ers? What do the 76ers do that make them, you know what I mean? Like that make them worse?
Go ahead,
Um,
Dez.
yeah, I just feel like with the 76ers, they're they're gonna be good off just talent alone. And then also like the pieces that they have around their star talent, I think are really well pieces. Like they have Quinn Grimes, Kelly Oubre, who's a dog. VJ has been coming along as a rookie. Dominique Barlow is a four they've been starting next to Embiid. And then of course when Embiid is there, he's giving you 30 a night easily on top of what Tyrese Maxey is doing. And then I know PG is out for what is it, 25 games, which we spoke on in the pod, but that can easily be like a good period for PG to just kind of rest his body and come back strong, to finish the year off. So I think they're in a good spot right now. And then when it comes to the Raptors, I just don't think they have enough spacing to kind of sustain. Like I think they might drop. Honestly, like if the Magic were to go on a run, I think the Raptors would drop. I feel like what's keeping them afloat is mainly their defense. But as far as like the scoring and everything, I just think it's too clunky. Um, it's like in that aspect of the game. So
Yeah, just to be real brief, I mean, Joel Embiid, when he playing like an MVP player, like I'm gonna believe in him. So I don't never want to assume somebody gets hurt. I'm gonna assume that he gonna continue to be healthy the rest of the season, and you get the best version of Embiid. I'm gonna expect you to rise in the standings. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I really only have them under the Raptors is because although you assume with them losing PG and knock on wood, Embiid does like take a couple games out, I feel like that's gonna cause the 76 to fall. Not much, but those games they're gonna need to actually push them above the Raptors. You feel me? Because this is another 1-2 where I think it's not going to be a big gap. At the same time, certain games that they're gonna need PG and they're gonna need Joel Embiid, they won't be available to play. So,
yeah, I don't know. I can see y'all point though, Jay and Diz. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can see y'all point about the 76ers about like the talent wise. Like talent wise, they can out muscle teams by just having more talent on the floor a lot of times. But overall, I feel like the Raptors' continuity throughout this season has been proven to be better than the 76ers, and it's rewarded them with a better record here this far. And I just think they just gonna only get better as time go on because they just gonna build better and better chemistry and learn how to play alongside each other. But yeah,
Yeah, that's my thing right there, Reese. They're still learning how to play with each other. And the Raptors, they just put their team together too. You know, Brandon Ingram just kind of got to the Raptors. And we already see them like they're more comfortable with him giving him the ball. Feel like the 76ers don't really got that over there. Like they have options, and I feel like that's where it get really misconstrued and shit. Like you feel me? I feel like that's when, let's say, if Tyrese Maxey hot, do you go to him for the game winning shot or do you go to Joel? You know, so and it's like I'm not gonna not think about passing the ball to Joel because he is just like how Jay said, he is an MVP, bro. He can give you 30 anytime. So I feel like that plays a big part of why my decision is having the Raptors above the 76ers because I feel like when it come down to modes like that, we already know who the ball, you feel me? Feel like that plays a big part. And we all know the Raptors is a more defensive team. 76ers is kind of going towards that route with having VJ, Tyrese Maxey not a slack on defense. So you feel me? I like it, but I'm leaning towards the Raptors on this one.
yeah.
and with that being said, too, Mike, I might as well go ahead and unveil the fifth slot. As y'all can see, usually it's not too much jump for these teams. We all got them in the same ballpark, so we don't got to spend too much time on number 5. We can go ahead and move on to number 4.
Who you got? Yeah,
You got to sweeping the boot.
this
hey,
label, I say this label, but if I'm being honest, the trades that the Knicks and the Cavs both made, I'm banking on JT not coming back, so I can see the Celtics falling. Although they've been playing really well this season, I can see the Celtics falling a couple games behind those two teams. Just becoming that 4 seed, you feel me? They're still gonna be a really good team, and I think they separate themselves from everybody else under them. Those top 3 kind of solidified in a way after the deadline.
yeah. I like 100% agree with that. Just because like even though they have the better record going into a Game 7 series with that roster as constructed. I don't trust them on a on a championship contender level like I think these next 3 teams are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So unless JT come back, y'all know how I feel about superstar JT, but so yeah, if JT come back, I ain't gonna lie to you, these boys might be number 1 for me. But that's all I got.
Yeah, I don't like the Celtics. I wish I could have put them lower.
What's your
Go
beef with the
ahead and move
Celtics?
on to 2 though.
Man,
I ain't gonna lie. Feel like
They
all-
beat Kyrie, bro. I don't play like that, bro. Once you beat Kyrie only in the finals though, they beat him in the finals, bro. I ain't like that. I ain't that still hurt still to this day.
I feel that. With that being said, moving on to number 3, Knicks and the Cavs.
we
Personally, I love the James Harden trade, but I feel like the Knicks, especially with them going on that nine-game win streak, I think they end up losing to the Pistons. I feel like the Knicks have more of a, let's say, well built like foundation, but at the same time, they've been playing together for a year already. They've played in those playoffs with each other with that solid 4 that they have, and then picking up Jose and just getting guys healthy. Hopefully, Deuce comes back later on towards the end of the season. I just feel like they're gonna end up with a better record. You feel me?
do
Now,
you
playoffs
think?
is a different beast, but what you was about to say?
My bad. I thought you was stopping. I was going to say, do you think Jeremy Sochan like add value to this roster? Because we seen he was
Not
announced
at
to
all.
joining this roster.
Oh, not at all. I'm not a big I'm not a big Jeremy Sochan guy, but he remind me of a Killian Hayes who's probably gonna be out the league soon. So
Damn.
Killing
Hey,
Hayes is
Vaughn,
crazy.
it's crazy. I'm gonna tag team with you one since we both got the Cavs right here. I definitely think the James Harden trade is nothing to scoff at for real. Like that's a big deal. And James Harden teams always have a honeymoon period when they come in, but the Knicks just having that cohesiveness of playing together, adding on Jose Alvarado. And I know Jeremy Sochan ain't nothing, but at the end of the day, he can't take away anything. All he can do is add. So if he gives you something, that's more than nothing. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I just think the Knicks were playing with each other for some time now. That's gonna help them get that little boost at the end.
yeah, facts. And I
I
really
don't have
got this
too much.
gripe with Sochan because he got into it with Bron. That's really what it is too.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
I don't have too much to say about this. It's just I honestly feel like if Karl Anthony Towns, he's a big factor of my reasons. If he had a little bit more of a better season, I probably have had him above the Cavs. But
I'm not mad at that.
I respect
And you
that,
know
though.
what too? I'm gonna go ahead and show number 2 and in recent days, y'all go ahead and let us know why you think the Cavs are gonna be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, my reasoning for the Cavs to be better, I think Reese spoke on it before. Not just the James Harden trade, but the other trades that they did make for Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder. I think those guys just buff up the bench. Like we know what Dennis can do on a contending team. I think he showed that last year with the Pistons, and then Keon was one of those guys that we were all like wanting to see on a contending team. So I think those guys are going to come bring the energy, the defense, the 3-point shooting. Then Dennis brings the playmaking on top of James Harden bringing the playmaking. And guys like Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, they kind of need that. And we've been seeing it in the first couple games with that, like those. Well, at least Jared Allen, he's been having like career type nights. So I think the trade that they made kind of filled out their roster a little better. Then you got guys like Jalen Tyson coming into his role, taking that starting small forward role, and then you still got guys like Sam Merrill. I think Sam Merrill just hit like 8 threes. Like it's gonna be a lot of nights where guys are getting wide open looks because the pieces that they grab. So that's kind of why I got Cleveland at the number 2 spot.
And yeah, just to piggyback off that, Dez, I felt the same exact way. I just feel like their depth is much better than the Knicks depth. The Knicks depth to me is kind of lackluster to me. I'm not a fan of Jose Alvarado in no damn playoff moments. I'm gonna be honest. You brought him up. Foles is not making no impact. He ain't made an impact his whole
We
career.
ain't seen him in them moments.
Bro, he's not
Besides one time.
he's not tilting the scale more than a player like a Dennis Schroeder. He's not tilting the scale more than him, in my opinion. And then
If I'm being honest, I think they probably the same player. Dennis just older.
no, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. You gonna eat them words when it comes to this
Yeah.
playoff time. I promise you, when you gonna go out there and see what Jose do on a normal basis versus
I ain't
when
gonna
he
lie, that's wild, Vaughn.
Yeah, I ain't
My
gonna lie.
thing
That's
is,
wild.
why do we see Dennis keep getting passed around each team? It's for a reason. You feel me? Like if he was such this great guy, he would be stamped on the solidified team. You see me?
That's
But
not.
he
That's
is
not
such
the.
that great guy because he's
That's
a
not the
guy
case.
that
He
everybody
is though,
wants.
because he always in the playoffs for real, for real.
Yeah, that's a guy everybody will want on your team. I mean, unfortunately, he has to be the one that's getting moved
Like it don't
around.
matter
But
what team he on, he's still in that motherfucking playoffs, bro.
And
yeah,
mind you, nobody wants GTA.
That's not a detriment to Jose because they've had him in a jail cell this whole time. You feel me? For like
But it's not. It's
what
also
the
don't
value
do
you
a
getting out of Dennis,
ad to him.
especially on the Cavs though. Dennis gonna be behind James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley.
Perfect.
that's fine. That's
That's
something he's done his whole
perfect.
career.
That make
Yeah, that's
that
something
make
he's
him
done his whole
better.
career.
We're
That
basing
makes
this
him
off
better. Yeah.
like a last year Pistons where he had to take on Reigns because he was like around a lot of young guys. So we saw Dennis go out there in those playoffs and give you 25. Or when he was on the Lakers, for example, and it was just Bron out there, and AR wasn't as good as he is now, and Dennis would step up more. Dennis not knows positions to step up more, so we're not gonna see that much from Dennis, in my opinion.
Why do you think that? You just assuming that? You think he's not going to have to step up? You know how many bad shooting nights James Harden has on the normal basis where he might need another guard
It's
to
gonna
come
be a
in
lot of nights, and that rotation
You know,
short in the
and
playoffs,
then when
bro.
you
He's
know how
gonna
many
be in
bad
the
shooters
top 8.
Dennis had?
when you look at their bench, he is their go button. Like there's nobody else on the bench that's going to take that away from him. He's literally the sixth man now. Like who else is going to take that playmaking role from him the way he can't perform? So I don't
And the
know.
thing with Dennis,
we
he's gonna be able to coexist on the court with whether it's James Harden or Don. Like he's played with every type of star. I feel like he can thrive in his role no matter who's on the court with him.
And
So
then
he's still gonna be able to play his role on ball or off ball. Everybody else just got to play their role.
and I feel like
But all I'm
Jalen
saying, all
Brunson.
that to
Oh
say
my bad.
this, I'm saying all that to say, we don't think Jose will be able to do the same thing.
No, not at
No,
all.
I'm not like Reese. I ain't slacking
No,
Jose. I know he's a solid
All right.
player, but
We
I
ain't
just
got to
feel
harp
like
on it.
he's
I,
not.
I don't
I
know.
don't know. I feel like Jose's just a younger guy who really hasn't got the opportunity to do so.
He's not no Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, a goddamn FIBA legend for a reason.
Yeah, he's a
We'll-
legend, bro.
We'll never see no. We not gonna do that. We'll never see Jose step to that pedestal ever in his life. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, we don't gotta harp on them too much. I will say in his first couple games with the Knicks, Jose has looked great. So it remains to be seen how he'll look come playoff time.
Yes.
With actually playing like meaningful basketball for the first time. But for number one,
That's
obviously
It's
the
pretty
Pistons.
self-explanatory.
Yeah, not too much to be said about them. Been the best team all year out east, and I don't think any of us, think that's gonna change anytime soon. So
Thanks. The second best point guard in the league type shit.
yeah. So that's our Eastern Conference power rankings. Let us know, if y'all disagree with anything, whose list resonates with y'all more. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check us out on all the socials.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We out of here.